Welcome Wastelanders, I'm Eurogamer's Ian Higton and this is Fallout Friday. On this week's show I'll be looking at my top 10 Easter eggs in Fallout 4. They're in no particular order, mind you. I don't have a favourite. That wouldn't be fair to all the other Easter eggs really, would it? Anyway, time's a wasting, let's get this show on the road. Number 1. Jaws. Okay, this first Easter egg is found in the middle of the river to the north of Diamond City. Stand next to Cambridge Polymer Labs and look southwest to see a small boat. Swim over to the boat, jump on board, and you'll be greeted by an awesome homage to the movie Jaws, specifically the scene where Quint gets eaten by the shark. In the Fallout 4 version of this scene, the great white shark is replaced by a mutated dolphin, but just in case this casts any doubts about it actually being a Jaws reference, you'll also find Quint's signature blue bandana lying next to his corpse. Number 2. Edgar Allan Poe. Hidden in the tunnels of the Minutemen's castle is a rather cool Edgar Allan Poe Easter egg based on his short story, The Cask of Amontillado. In the story, the narrator Montresor lures a nobleman named Fortunato to a private wine tasting session, telling him he has obtained a cask of a rare vintage called Amontillado. As you make your way to the castle's armoury, you'll pass the body of a man lying next to a crate of empty Amontillado wine bottles. Whew, that must have been one hell of a party. In the story, Montresor kills Fortunato by bricking him up behind a wall, and lo and behold, opposite the wine bottles is a skeleton chained up behind a brick wall. Poor Fortunato, what a way to go. Number 3. The Secret Door. One of the best known Easter eggs in Fallout 3 is this F*** you door. Players who stumbled across the door found nothing but a solid wall and Bethesda's rather harsh insult behind it. I guess then this Easter egg must be their attempt to make up for the epic trolling. Make your way to the Suffolk County Charter School and face southwest to see a group of 5 small buildings. Open the door on the central structure and you'll be greeted by the image of a skull and a message that reads, "You look nice today." Ah, apology accepted, Bethesda. Number 4. Catatonia. This next Easter egg references the band Catatonia. No, not that Catatonia. The Swedish heavy metal band Catatonia. You'll find this one on a terminal at Listening Post Bravo once you've entered the building via the lift. On the terminal you'll find some logs written by a Sergeant J.P. Renkse, who's named after Catatonia's lead singer, Jonas Renkse. There's also nods to song lyrics and titles hidden in the message, while the call sign DEK that's mentioned references Catatonia's album Dead End Kings. Number 5. Christmas Day. Oh look, it's so nice to see that a little thing like the end of the world hasn't stopped people from celebrating Christmas. If you wait until the 25th of December, in the game, not in real life, silly, and then take a trip to Diamond City, the whole town will be full of the festive spirit, with fairy lights and Christmas trees atop all the buildings. Now, where's my prezzies? Number 6. Cheers. Now this one is really cool. Located just between Swan's Pond and the Massachusetts State House on this corner here is a bar called Prost. Prost, if you didn't know, is the German word for cheers, and behind this door you'll find an amazingly accurate recreation of the bar from the TV show Cheers, which was set in Boston, if you didn't already know. There are quite a few skeletons lying around, presumably references to the show's regular characters. I think this one here is supposed to be Dr. Fraser Crane, and these two are meant to be Norm and Cliff. Look, this one is even holding Cliff's postman's hat. On the bar there, I'd say that's probably Carla, and lying on the floor of the bar holding hands are the skeletons of Sam and Diane. In the back office you'll find some baseball grenades because in the show Sam was a former relief pitcher for the Boston Red Sox, and if you have the lock-picking skills to bust open this chest you'll find loads and loads of ammo. Cheers!
Ooh, come on.
Number 7. Gaaaaarryyy.
Gary.
One of the best vaults in Fallout 3 was Vault 108, the home of the Gary clones. Now, whether or not one of those Gary clones escaped Vault 108 and made his way to Boston is unclear, but what is clear is that someone has been running around the wasteland arranging letter blocks to spell out the name Gary. There are multiple locations in the game where you can find Gary blocks, and one of these is the back of a truck in the Wicked Shipping Fleet lockup found just below Sanctuary. Number 8. Blade Runner. There are tons of connections to Blade Runner in Fallout 4, but this one has to be my favourite. Head to the Mass Fusion Containment Shed, which is located in the north of Boston, between Breakheart Banks, Greentop Nursery and the General Atomics Galleria. Make sure you stock up on Rad-X and Radaway before you go there though, as radiation levels can get quite high. Head around the back of the building and you'll see this pipe. Climb up it, jump onto the extractor fans and then across to the flat roof and you'll find this, a reenactment of the famous Tears in the Rain scene from the end of the film.
Time to die.
Number 9. Fenway's famous red seat. I like this Easter egg because it's a nice bit of attention to detail. Just behind the Diamond City Radio Shack is a nod to Fenway Park's famous red seat. This red seat right here just below the Galaxy News Network sign. The red seat marks the spot where Ted Williams hit the park's furthest home run in 1946, so it's nice to see that it's still standing, or should that be sitting, over 300 years later. Number 10. Todd. Finally, and I've saved the best until last, someone at Bethesda stuck Todd Howard's face onto the famous portrait of Napoleon on horseback. Take a left as soon as you enter the Dugout Inn in Diamond City and enter room 1 to see the painting hung up on the wall. You'll need a scoped weapon to get a good look at it, but I'm sure you'll agree that it's a masterpiece. To be honest, I really like what they've done with the room here, decorating it with all these oil paintings. Some people might think it's tacky, but I think it just works. That's all the Easter eggs I've got time for today, but I'm sure players will be stumbling over plenty more in the weeks and months to come, so don't be surprised if I do another roundup in the future. If you enjoyed this video, please do give it a like, and don't forget to subscribe to Eurogamer for more Fallout Friday every Friday. Goodbye.
Let's go, boy.